Greetings, Lucky Legends. Welcome to the dojo. My name is Lucky. This is Lucky Lad TV. I'm your host of this video, and it's time for another episode of Lucky Analytics Team Building. Now, you're going to see this shirt beanie combination a lot because I have to bulk record like crazy. Today is Monday. I have to record between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I have work Tuesday and Wednesday. So between Monday afternoon, which is now, Tuesday afternoon, and Wednesday afternoon, I have to record videos for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 8 videos. Let the grind begin. So anyway, it's time for Lucky Analytics team building. And as you can see, we have a pretty interesting squad. This is an RU team builder in the RU tier. I actually built this team for Joey Pokeyame, because I wanted him to use GanonPork in his SPL battle. He ended up using it, but he used a Choice Scarfed GanonPork rather than Choice Banded. I did not agree with that. Just so you know, I think Choice Banded is the only way to go. Because, as you can see here, we have our Choice Banded Embor, 252 attack, adamant nature with 24 EVs in defense and special defense, and then 208 in speed. The 208 in speed is to outspeed something, I don't remember what. I believe it's like an uninvested 80 speed Pokemon, something like that, maybe, I'm not sure. I really have no idea. But I know that there's a reason for that. So that is our GanonPork. It has Flare Blitz, Superpower, Sleep Talk, and Wild Charge. This thing makes excellent sleep fodder. If you get... It is an amazing switch, and my phone is not silent. I need to change that, like, immediately. It is an excellent switch-in to a Pokemon called Amoonguss. Shut up. It is an excellent switch into a Pokemon called Amoonguss because Amoonguss cannot touch us because we are fat and we are faster than it. And granted, Wild Charge and Superpower won't do much, but Flare Blitz will destroy its face. It's very hard to switch in on GanonPork. Even Pokemon that resist attacks still take a huge amount from Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz is easily its most spammable attack, because even, like I said, even Pokemon that resist Flare Blitz take a huge amount, because it is Stab, it is Reckless boosted, and it is Choice Banded, and it is coming from a Pokemon with base 123 attack. A Choice Banded Flare Blitz from a Reckless Embor hits almost as hard as a Choice Banded V-Create from Victini. So put that into perspective. But that is GanonPork, our Embor. GanonPork's the star of the show. I have gotten many kills with this thing. GanonPork's most exploitable weaknesses are water and ground, Scald and Earthquake primarily. So I knew I needed something that was immune to ground, and I knew I needed something that was immune to water. I did not simply want a resistance because I didn't want to get burned by Scald. And I didn't want to be taking damage from Earthquake because Earthquake is strong. So I decided to make a small little core with Fuga, our Jellicent. It is a leftovers Jellicent with Water Absorb. Max HP, max Def. Well, no, it's supposed to be 248 HP. 248 HP. 8 defense, so that we can come in on Stealth Rocks that one extra time. Recover, Hex, Scald, and Will-O-Wisp. It's a good set for 1v1ing Pokemon that resist water. We can 1v1 Pokemon like Slowking with this set, as long as Slowking doesn't have, like, Toxic. Because Psyshock doesn't do that much, and between Will-O-Wisp and Hex, we can really whittle it down a lot. And we can recover off any damage. Good set. I'm a big fan of this set. I like using this set in League format as well. I typically run a max defense Jellicent when I do it that way. But for this team, I needed max Spadef. Next up, we have CBB, our leftovers levitating. Why do you have this bullshit too? 248. Stop it. We have CBB, our leftovers levitate Flygon, Roost, Defog, Earthquake, and Dragon Tail. It's basically Tank Chomp. Is kind of what it is. Dragon Tail and Earthquake. Except we have Roost and Defog. We do not have Stealth Rock on this Pokemon. I will explain why very soon. This Pokemon is really good for dealing with Mega Banette because we can Dragon Tail it out, which is really, really important and really, really nice. Because Mega Banette has Prankster Destiny Bond, and Dragon Tail doesn't hit that hard. It's base 60 power. Granted, it's stab, but base 60 power is just not a lot. This thing deals with Mega Banette pretty well because you can force it out and then make it come in on rocks again. So it's pretty good with that. It's not like the ultimate switch-in, but our only form of potentially burning Mega Banette is this thing, which does not appreciate a Shadow Claw from a base 165 attack stab Pokemon. And how do we get our Stealth Rocks? With Jamved, the ancient Pokemon Jamved. Jam the Aerodactyl. That's what it is. A Focus Sash Aerodactyl with pressure. Focus Sash is because I lead with this Pokemon 9 times out of 10. I've played a lot of games with this team. It functions really nicely. Tailwind, Taunt, Aqua Tail, Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock is your first move. Or Taunt. It depends on what your opponent leads with. The reason I do that, one of the things that you see on the RU ladder is Entrainment Durant with Truant. Entrainment makes your opponent's ability your ability. So basically, you're giving Truant to your opponent's Pokemon. However, Entrainment is a status move. Not status move. Yeah, status move. Taunt prevents it. We are guaranteed to outspeed any Durant. We taunt it. It can't use anything. And then as Truant, the next turn, we get our Stealth Rocks up for free. And then the following turn, we go for something like Aqua Tail to deal some damage. He goes for, let's say, Iron Head. Brings us down to our Focus Sash. We get to go for Aqua Tail again. He's Truanting. Then we go for Tailwind. He kills us. And then we have a Tailwind Choice Banded Emboar, which is pretty much impossible to switch in on. The other... Jam makes a really good lead Pokemon, is what I'm trying to say here. So, I realized that I needed a flying resistance because our only flying resistance on this team was Jam, and he is not an actual flying resistance because he has base 65 defense. That's not good. So, in order to adjust to that, I got CTC, our Eviolite Magneton, with Volt Switch, Magnet Rise, Flash Cannon, and Hidden Power Grass. Magnet Rise, if you see a ground type on your opponent's team, like Dugtrio or Sandslash, that's your answer. Because they will switch that thing in on you because they are immune to Volt Switch and then proceed to trap you. 200 EVs in Spadef to even out the defense and special defense so that we take both of those equally well. 56 EVs in speed is just our leftover EVs. And 252 modest nature. with Analytic. This thing hits extremely hard. Really, really hard. 120 base special attack on a stage 1 is extremely high. It hits extremely hard. It is very bulky. As long as it's not getting hit by a ground type attack, it'll take pretty much any one attack except for like a choice banded flare blitz from an Embor. But this thing really weakens your opponent's team with those Analytic Volt switches. They do a lot of damage. I believe an Analytic Flash Cannon does like 80% to Mega Banette or something like that, which is a lot because you can come in and revenge kill it. You may get Destiny Bond killed, but, you know, happens. But our main late game sweeper is A-Drive. A-Drive, our Choice Scarfed, Moxie, Jolly Nature, Max Attack, Max Speed, Pincer, with X-Scissor, Close Combat, Earthquake, and Knockoff. There are not many Pokemon that appreciate this thing. It's bulky, it hits hard, it's fast, and it has great coverage. Knockoff takes care of most Ghost and Dark types. Earthquake takes care of most Steel types. Close Combat takes care of normal types. X-Scissor takes care of, like, most things because it's a powerful stab move. This thing has really nice coverage. It hits really hard. I originally had this thing with Swords Dance and Quick Attack rather than Earthquake and Knockoff. However, it wasn't working out so well. There's one last thing I want to explain to you guys before I go. The reason Jam has Aqua Tail is because of Camerupt. Mega Camerupt is in this tier. It hits like an absolute truck. I have no easy switch-ins to that thing. Especially if my opponent has speed investment on their Camerupt. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but if they outspeed Fuga, they will destroy it. It's not going to one-shot me, but it's going to do way too much damage. Even more so, if I lose Fuga, it will just tear through my team. Because it's really bulky, and it hits insanely hard because it has sheer force. So, that's the team. You, of course, will be able to find this team in a paste bin in the description and probably in a comment down below. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also down below. It's very much greatly appreciated. But with that, I'm going to get about best luck out there. I will see you all soon. Goodbye.